Something is off with the Raiders, and nobody is talking about it. The hype around our new rookie is massive, but behind the scenes, there is a tension you can just feel in the air. We are on the eve of a season that defines this franchise, and every move, every word spoken at practice could change our destiny. What is really going on between the veteran experience and the raw talent? Are we even ready for what is coming? So go ahead and hit that like button and stay until the end, because this could change everything. Ever since the Las Vegas Raiders locked in Fernando Mendoza as the #1 pick in the 2026 draft, the pressure has not stopped building. It is one of those situations that divides the fan base. While some are calling for the kid to start week 1, others prefer to play it safe. But what about Mendoza himself? He is saying all the right things. According to reports from the press sessions, the rookie seems to have his head on straight, focusing on what he calls controlling the controllables. He said out loud he is not wasting time on the outside noise. Is that maturity, or is it just a strategic way to shield himself from a future that could be brutal? Think about it. We are talking about the most thankless position in sports. Walking into a franchise like the Raiders is not for amateurs. The fan base is passionate, yeah, but they are demanding. If he performs below expectations, how long is the patience going to last? Mendoza seems to get that the hype does not win games. He is locked in on the process. But here is where it gets messy. Is this focus on the present a buffer against anxiety, or is he hiding an explosive drive to prove the world wrong? Nothing confirmed yet, but there is talk that the coaching staff is watching every step, every mistake, every decision on the practice field. They are looking for signs. If he takes the starting job, the responsibility is going to be huge. And what if he sits behind Kirk Cousins to learn? Is the fan base going to handle watching the future on the bench? It is a tightrope walk. The talent is there, the technique is undeniable, but the NFL eats up a lot of prodigies who cannot handle the noise out there. Mendoza says the focus is the present, but the present is a preseason full of critical eyes. The future of our franchise is in his hands. The question is he really ready for the size of this challenge, or is the weight of the Raiders jersey going to cost too much, too soon? Let us watch every detail. Hold up, because what comes next is, at the very least, curious. Maxx Crosby, our Mad Max, a guy who lives to wreck opposing quarterbacks, decided to open up about Brock Purdy from the 49ers, and it was not just any comment. He basically stated that Purdy is one of the best young guns in the league. Is that a good move, or is it a comment that sounds weird to anyone who expects a defensive leader for the Raiders to just ignore the competition? A lot of critics keep insisting Purdy is just a system quarterback. But Crosby was straight. The kid makes plays that are not in the playbook, off-script stuff that only true talents can pull off. Think about the weight of that. When our top pass rusher, an all-pro who understands pressure better than anyone, says an opposing QB is not just a product of a scheme, we need to stop and listen. But why would he say that now? Is Crosby trying to raise the level of competition in the league, or is there some professional respect there that we are missing? There is speculation that these comments could cause some discomfort if by chance the Raiders have to face a similar style of play. Or maybe, just maybe, Crosby is tired of seeing talent get ignored because of outside narratives. Nothing confirmed, but it is interesting to see that kind of strategic analysis coming from inside our own locker room, and that is not even the most worrying part. The real issue is whether Crosby's recognition ends up putting a target on his back or creating unnecessary expectations. In the NFL, praising the opponent is a double-edged sword, but coming from who it is coming from, we have to respect the read. If he says Purdy is the real deal, we have to start considering the possibility that the game has changed. Does Crosby know something the rest of the league keeps denying, or did he just see up close what a QB who does not panic under pressure is capable of? The answer will come on the field. Kirk Cousins is a 15-season veteran, a guy who has seen it all in this league. With almost 45,000 passing yards, he is not some rookie trying to prove himself. He is a pro who knows his body's limits and the demands of the game. But now, he is in Vegas, in a direct showdown with Fernando Mendoza. The big question haunting Allegiant Stadium is, how much time does Captain Kirk really have as the starter? According to internal reports, the transition to Mendoza is inevitable, which makes us question Cousins' actual role this year. Is he a mentor, or just a temporary placeholder who knows his glory days are behind him? Remember last year with the Falcons? It was a rough season, with picks that cost them big. Nothing confirmed on his current physical condition, but it is undeniable that age catches up to everyone. The athleticism is not the same. the recovery is slower. And what if that affects his performance in the first few weeks? If the results are not there, the pressure to bring in the rookie will turn into a hurricane. Cousins is known for being an efficient game manager, someone who avoids catastrophic mistakes. But is that enough for what the Raiders need in 2026? If he truly accepted this role as a placeholder or mentor, we have to applaud the humility. But if he still believes he can lead this team to a title, we might be looking at a silent conflict of interest within the coaching staff. And if that really happens, what happens to the locker room? A veteran quarterback fighting for relevance against a first-round prodigy is a recipe for constant tension. We need leadership, not uncertainty. Cousins has the experience, but Mendoza has the future. Which path will the coaching staff choose if the start of the season is shaky? Are we watching the sunset of a respectable career or the start of a transition that could save our season? The answers are being written right now, and every snap from Cousins is potentially a farewell. We are standing at a crossroads that will define the fate of the Raiders this 2026 season. Looking at all these points, it is clear the franchise is in a delicate transition where every decision by the coaching staff carries massive weight. On one side, the inevitable rise of Fernando Mendoza, a rookie who, even being the future, needs to prove he can carry the weight of the responsibility without getting lost in the Vegas lights. On the other, the experience of Kirk Cousins, who brings the necessary stability, but in practice, could end up being an obstacle to the team's development if the start of the season is rocky. Plus, Crosby's stance, recognizing the value of opponents outside our bubble, shows our locker room is paying attention, but it also makes us wonder, are we too focused on what everyone else is doing when we should be fixing our own internal problems? The dynamic between the veteran who is on his way out and the rookie coming in, added to the outside pressure from a fan base that does not accept mediocre results anymore, creates a pressure cooker that could blow at any moment. Nothing confirmed yet, but there is talk that the fans' patience is going to be tested right in the first few weeks of September. If the wins don't come, the calls for a radical change at quarterback are going to be deafening. Is the transition planned by the front office going to stay the course, or is chaos going to force a change of plans early? The season is knocking on the door, and the ghosts of the past are still hanging around Allegiant Stadium. Now I want to hear from you, Raider Nation. Is this transition strategy really the best way, or are we just putting off an inevitable problem? Is Cousins' legacy going to be stained by a fight he cannot win, or is Mendoza being thrown to the lions too early? Drop your opinion down below, because the debate is going to be intense. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because our coverage of the Raiders does not stop here. See you next time. Have you ever stopped to think about what is happening with our LAS Vegas Raiders this 2026 season? It is a total emotional roller coaster, and we are all on the edge of our seats. We have news ranging from game-changing signings to trade rumors that might divide the fan base. Is our GM building a monster, or just dreaming big? Stick with me, because what is coming up next is pure fire. So, do you think this season will be the best in Raiders history? Drop a comment, subscribe, and join our member club for just $99 to support the channel.